Most people never actually finish CSDM. They open the official model, count 40 something tables across 12 domains, and quietly close the tab. So the CMDB stays an inventory. 4,000 records nobody trusts. Here's what nobody tells you. You don't need the whole model. You need 4 layers. Let me show you the minimal CSDM that actually drives decisions, and the build order that means you never redo your work. Sure, because this is the mindset the whole model depends on. Most CMDBs are built like inventories. Here are 4,000 configuration items, servers, databases, load balancers, all cataloged. And it feels like progress. But ask one real question. Is payroll healthy right now? And the inventory can answer 4,000 records and not a single decision. Service thinking flips it. Instead of 4,000 things, you describe one service. Here's payroll. Here's where it runs. Here's who's on the hook when it breaks. Runs on the production servers and databases, owned by the HR platform team. Status up and monitored. That model drives ITSM, incidents, changes, and problems all have a home. And here's the rule that makes it work. Don't climb up from thousands of CIs to the service. You will never finish, and you will never agree on where the lines are. Start from the service and climb down, top down, no bottom up. An inventory tells you what you own. A service model tells you what you can decide. Architects build the second one. Objects hold the whole model up. Get these two right, and everything downstream falls into a place. Confuse them, and I see this constantly, and nothing works. The first is the business application. Its answer, who is it? It's abstract. A planning object. Payroll, the HR payroll system, as a product, for example. It has a owner, it has a cost, and it sits in a portfolio. It has a business life cycle. You are investing in it, sustaining it, or retiring it. What it does, not have IP address, a host name. It never goes down because nothing's running. It's a concept on a portfolio slide. The second is the service instance. This answer, where does it run? It's concrete, operational. This is the thing with real servers and real databases behind it. It has an entry point URL, and it lives in exactly one environment. So you get one service instance for production, one for UAT, one for dev. The business application is realized by this instance, the idea becoming a running system. Now, the most important rule on this slide: incidents, problems, changes, and requests attached to the service instance, never to the business application. Why? Because when something breaks, payroll is down, isn't actionable. Payroll production is down, is. You need the environment, the infrastructure under it, and the owner accountable for that instance. The business application can give you any of that. It never was. So you attach your process to the thing that can actually be up or down. So this is the whole model. 4 layers. If you've been see the official CSDM diagram and felt your stomach drop, this is the version that fits in your head. Layer 1, business capability. What the business does in business language. Payroll, not an app, not a server, a capability. It's the anchor because capabilities barely change why the apps under them come and go. Layer 2, the business application, the abstract product that delivers the capability, the HR payroll system. We just cover it, owner, cost, lifecycle, no infrastructure. Layer 3, service instance, where it actually runs, one per environment. Production, UAT, dev, this is where the system becomes real. And layer 4, the CIs, the bricks, servers, databases, load balancers, the infrastructure underneath. And here's the scene to watch. This is where the most models quietly break. The infrastructure attaches to the service instance, not the business application. The servers hang off payroll production. They're running thing, not off payroll concept, the concept. Miss that scene and you've ride your header to abstraction that never was, and the whole map is wrong. Capability, application, instance, CI, four layers. Anything you are tempted to add, stop and ask whether the model still works without it. Almost always it does. Five beliefs blow up more CSDM models than anything else. Here's each one and the correction. Myth 1, it has a URL, so it's a business application. False. A URL is just the entry point of a service instance. The address where something runs is not the product itself. Don't promote a link into an application. Myth 2, one service instance for all environments. False. Always split production, UAT, and dev, one instance each. Collapse then, and you can't tell which environment an incident hit. You lose the one thing the model exists to give you. Myth 3. It's vendor SaaS, so we don't model it. False. You still build a minimum model. The entry point, the SSO, the integrations. Workday or ADP, for example, going down hurts your business just as much as something you host yourself. Someone else runs it. It's not we don't track it. Myth 4. And this is the one people argue about in meetings. Is this a business application or just a dependency? Don't don't argue. Test it. Four questions. Is it end user facing? Does it have its own owner? Does it have its own life cycle? Is it in the demand pipeline? Does the business fund and plan it? For yeses, it's a business application. Anything less, it's a dependence of one. The test ends the meeting. Myth 5. A software product is the home of an application. False. Product models, Windows Server, SQL Server, Java, are not business applications. They are technology supporting many apps add-ons. Confuse the platform with the product running on it, and your whole portfolio turns to noise. Notice error corrections push the same way. Keep the model small. When in doubt, fewer business applications, not more. Right model, wrong order, and you still rebuild it twice. Here's the sequence that means zero rework. One, create the business capability first. Anchor everything to what the business actually does. Capabilities are the stable layer. Start on solid ground. Two, create the business application with a real owner attached. Not we will assign it later. No orphan apps. The owner is what makes the application accountable from day one. A name answer for it. Three, create service instance per environment and start with production. One each for prod, UAT, dev, but production earns its place first because production is what the business actually feels. Four, attach infrastructure to each service instance through the service relationship. Servers, databases, load balancers, hang off the service instance, not the app. That the seen from earlier, not as a build step. Five, and only now, point your ITSM process at the service instance. Incident, change, problems, request, finally have a concrete target, one that can actually be up or down. Look at the order. Business meaning first, infrastructure second, process last. Build it in a way you never undo anything. Most things do it backwards. They start from the CI discovered, found, and try to build it up. That's the rework trap. Top down every time. So the payoff. Technical debt becomes a calculation. Here's the return on all of it. When the model is right, technical debt stops being a guess and becomes a calculation. Three pieces. On the left, discover it, technology, everything item discovered finds running across your estate. The live CIs, the truth on the ground. In the middle, your approved standards, the technology you've sanctioned and actually support. Each one with its life cycle dates, including when it goes end of life. Subtract one from the other. Discovered minus approved. What's left is the technical debt. Anything unapproved or anything past its life cycle date. And it surfaces on its own. No spreadsheet to maintain, no analyst chasing versions, nothing that falls out of date the day after you build it. The model computes your debt continuously. That is the difference between a CMDB that costs money and a CMDB that drives decisions. An inventor is cost center. You feed it and it hands your list. This is an asset. It tells leadership what to retire, what to fund, and here the risk is automatically. And that's the whole reason to do CSDM properly. Not to be tidy, is to turn data into decisions.